We now see a similar help text to what we saw for the employees PDD, but we do have the additional reminder here, which is the orange text reminding managers not to submit the PDD in Workday until they have had the PDD talk with their employees. And you will notice straight away it looks the same as the employee evaluation. So it's the same layout, the same sections, with the addition of the employee's answers on the right-hand side of the page. And that overall performance section, which we mentioned at the beginning, is only visible to managers. So this is expected. So I'm now logged in as the manager of Darren, who has just completed his PDD. And I'll go ahead and add some manager feedback here. I'll just go ahead and add an answer for the next question about what didn't go well. If I scroll down, we see Darren's other answers to the other two questions. The final question is around how Darren has driven cultural development in his team. And when I scroll down, we see the manager summary section. So again, we see this section is weighted with 75%. We can also see the selected rating from Darren and the comment that he added. So I will go ahead and add a rating in here. And again, the description will automatically populate underneath. When I click Next, I'm brought to the competencies section. And again, Workday shows me the individual competency ratings that Darren has selected. So I will go ahead and add some example ratings here. I'll just select them at random for the purpose of the demo. Again, we have 9 competencies because this individual is a people manager. And once I've selected a rating to each competency, I will scroll down and show you how the overall calculated rating cannot be changed. So it's the same as the employee section. So we see here Workday has calculated the rating based on each individual competency rating above. And this section is weighted at 25%. When I click Next, we are brought to the collected feedback section. Not only can I see the feedback that Darren has received, but I also see his summary comment that he added during the PDD. If I wanted to, I could also add a comment here. So when I click Next, we are brought to the overall performance section, which, as you will remember, did not display in the employee evaluation. And as I said, that is expected. So the overall performance rating, you'll notice that has been calculated already. So we see the default rating of meets expectations, and that is based on the rating from the performance and the competency sections. However, as a manager, I do have the option to change this. So let's say I click in here and select a different rating, then Workday will automatically populate this tick box. Again, the rating description pops up as well, and I can add a comment here. Moving on to the next section, we have the development and career, which are those questions that Darren previously answered relating to work-life balance and so on. So I'm just adding sample answers here. We have two questions left regarding development areas and manager support. Final question is the manager support. So now, as the manager, I've answered all of the questions, and just a reminder that there is no rating in this section. If I click to the next section, it's the development item. So again, Darren already had a development item in Workday, and that's why it's pre-populated here. The manager can see the updates that Darren made to the status and the status note. The manager can also see that history that Darren could see as well. And the manager also has the possibility to add a development item here on Darren's behalf. So when I click next, again, I'm brought to that review and submit page where Workday summarizes all of the information from the PDD sections. It's the same view that we saw earlier in the employee evaluation, but this time we have the addition of the overall performance section that we see now. So scrolling down, I can confirm I'm happy with everything that I've input and I click submit. Important thing to note here is this pop-up. We mentioned it earlier, but Workday is popping up this message to remind managers not to submit the evaluation in Workday until they've had that PDD talk with their employee. So let's say they've had their PDD talk and they're ready to submit the task in Workday. They just need to reopen the task here and click Get Started. You don't have to navigate through each of the sections. You simply navigate to the Review and Submit page. And then again, you can see the alert here. So we really are reminding managers not to do this until they've had their PDD talks. But I can close that and I can submit now.